Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He is a BJJ specialist and stands 5 feet 7 inches tall. He weighed in officially at 145.5 pounds and owns an MMA record of 11 wins and 7 losses. Fighting out of 𝗘𝗨𝗥𝗢𝗣𝗘, Switzerland, the immortal David 𝗘𝗨𝗥𝗢𝗣𝗘. And his opponent, fighting out to the red corner. He is an MMA specialist and stands 5 feet 7 inches tall. He weighed in officially at 146 pounds and has earned a record of 19 victories and 3 defeats. Fighting out of Swansea, Wales, the pikey, Brett Jones. Your referee in charge, Dan Mulvahedi.
There's Brett Jones in the black, David 𝗘𝗨𝗥𝗢𝗣𝗘 in the gray. John's the more experienced fighter, not only more fights, but such high-level experience. Winning record in the UFC, winning record in Bellator.
A very, very skilled and talented fighter. It's worth noting, though, that he is a bantamweight. He's moved up to featherweight for this fight, but he's talked about how good his training camp was because he wasn't cutting so hard. I expect a ferocious pace from both of these guys.
Nice short right there from Crol. And he eats a left hand from Johns. And another good combination here from Brett Jones.
Both are phenomenal grapplers, but they don't really seem to want to grapple today.
There, Crol in on the nice takedown. And as I talk about the experience level of Johns, I mean, this for David 𝗘𝗨𝗥𝗢𝗣𝗘, he's excited about that test, right? Someone who's been on the global stage before, who's been in super high-level mixed martial arts before. He wants to prove himself against someone on this level after competing in Aries for so long.
And this kind of victory is one of those wins that really adds a lot to your career and to your status in the sport. If 𝗘𝗨𝗥𝗢𝗣𝗘's able to beat Brett Jones today, that adds a lot to his record.
Good job by Crol throwing these kicks. These kicks are really underestimated, in my opinion. You can really punish the calves when you're standing over your opponent like that.
Brett Jones has not enjoyed this inactivity over these last few months. He's been desperate to get back in there. And you can see that with the eagerness to engage. Beautiful level change there.
Great timing on that.
Nice pass. Good guard recovery there.
Hard shot by Johns from the top.
Driving the right hand down like a piston. 𝗘𝗨𝗥𝗢𝗣𝗘 trying to get that right leg of Johns isolated. Settles on some hammer fist from the bottom instead.
Danger's off his back as well.
So aggressive with his passing as well.
Trying to go to a butterfly sweep, I think. Go to his knees.
Tough
Nice
short
job.
rights there from Johns, but David 𝗘𝗨𝗥𝗢𝗣𝗘 all the way back to his feet.
Beautiful way. If you can't sweep with that butterfly, then you can usually get back to your knees, and he did a really good job to hold on to that wizard too.
And then he pummeled an arm in so that it's over-unders here against the fence.
Nice job by Johns to drag him to the mat.
Heavy. You walk him up straight. Nice shot, Brett. Watch your kick. Scoop the leg.
Good work here. Beautiful hammer fist there. Crol throws up the legs to maybe try and grab a triangle submission.
Good strikes from Brett Jones from the top, though. Gotta be careful here for his arms.
Dan Hardy, walk me through how how Brett Jones is staying on top against such a skilled grappler.
But he's constantly pressuring forward. You've constantly got pressure forward. He never allows. You see how he dives straight back in there. Always trying to get around the legs. Now he's on the neck, you see. That aggression forces his opponents backwards up against the fence. Beautiful work here by Brett Jones to stay aggressive.
90 seconds left to work in round number 1.
Very smart from Jones to let 𝗘𝗨𝗥𝗢𝗣𝗘 get his head out, but then he exposed his hips, and beautiful single leg here.
Just ran that pipe. Took the base right out from under Crol.
Now he's got a deep.
Nasty crank here on the choke.
That looks tight.
Ninja choke here. He's got it.
Crol trying to roll out of it. Wow.
Really good defense.
The sacrifice move to get himself out of that choke pays off for David 𝗘𝗨𝗏, but Brett Johns staying heavy. Now he's on the back. 𝗟𝗨𝗏 stretch.
Oh,
man.
He's got a calf slicer. Can he get a 𝗟𝗨𝗏 stretch as well? That would be wild.
The transitions on the ground are incredible in this fight.
I mean, David 𝗘𝗨𝗏 is fighting incredibly well on the defensive side of things. Brett Johns, though, is just staying one step ahead.
Can he get it under the chin? You can finish it when you have it on the chin. He's really cranking on it.
A beautiful mixed martial arts performance this. We're getting a bit of everything from Brett Johns. A slow black belt squeeze here on this neck. 𝗘𝗨𝗏 struggling, but he's escaped it.
15 seconds to go.
We need it flat, Brett. We need it flat. Try the boat, Brett. There. Brett, try the boat.
Don't know about you guys, but this is what I wanted to see between these two fighters.
Absolutely, Stefan.
Beautiful transitions and submission attempts in his first round. We got 2 rounds left to go.
Johns in the southpaw stance in the black shorts. Crol attempted that high kick there in the gray.
You can see a little bit of fatigue in the movement of 𝗘𝗨𝗏 this time around. Beautiful level change again, drives through.
Second time we've seen him time that shot so well. And again, we talked about the experience of Brett Johns. He's been in there with some of the best in the world. He's been victorious against some of the best in the world, testing the limits of David 𝗘𝗨𝗏's mixed martial arts skills right now.
And Crol did a good job of getting back up to his feet, but John stayed heavy on him and was able to get that body lock. Beautiful job.
Be heavy with that hands. There we go. This is what we want to see.
Puts him back on his back with that single.
Hammer fist. Keep hammer fist in. And look for this neck now.
Man, Brett Johns is looking very fresh and incredibly good in this fight.
See how he cleared that foot off his hip then? Pulled the foot off his hip so he was able to... Look, we're looking at this foot right here. He's going to keep clearing it off his hip. Really solid work, driving him into the fence, keeping him wedged into this angle so there's nowhere for him to go. Every time 𝗘𝗨𝗏 tries to post, you can see Brett Johns clears the leg, clears it out the way, forces his way past the guard. It's an exhaustive process for 𝗘𝗨𝗏 to be caught in. And Brett Johns using that speed advantage here in the top position.
Take the back then. Hop, hop, hop.
Crol's hunting for the leg, but eating some strikes in the process.
Yeah, he paid for it when he stopped addressing the hands coming down on his own face.
Johns just keeps on working. The pace he's setting is incredible.
Here it is again. The stretch attempt.
He's determined to collect all the unusual leg locks in MMA, I think.
Can he get it?
Wow.
He's got it locked in.
The knees turned to the side. 𝗘𝗨𝗏's done a good job of twisting his leg so the danger's not there, but that must be putting some pressure on the side of his knee.
And on his diaphragm and his lungs, and you can't breathe when you're folded in half like that. Brett Johns punishing David 𝗘𝗨𝗏 as he's in the mount, 3/4 mount to full. Now to the back again.
This is dominant from Brett Johns.
Crol spending a lot of energy trying to get out of these positions, but Brett Johns has got the perfect answer for every single defensive move from 𝗘𝗨𝗏.
That arm's floating around there, potentially a Kimura, potentially an Americana. Beautiful short shot at the center line.
Punishing Crol in this second round.
Right through the middle there, that 𝗘𝗨𝗏 Ortiz from the top.
Crol's trying to escape, but then he's going to deal with the pressure of Brett Johns, forcing his way past the legs. See how he doesn't go to mount there, that beautiful decision making. Hooks are in.
Every time David 𝗘𝗨𝗏 thinks he's buying himself a little bit of space, Brett Johns just glues himself to the back, glues himself to the mount.
Can he get the arm around the neck?
Here's this short choke attempt again.
90 seconds to work. I think he might have it.
Back to the grip on the short choke.
𝗘𝗨𝗏 hand fighting as best he can. Getting a warning from the referee for grabbing the gloves.
He may have it here. That's locked in. It's
That's
under the chin.
It's a tight squeeze, but 𝗘𝗨𝗥𝗢𝗣𝗘, give him credit. Not capitulating anything.
Wow, toughness. I think we might see Brett Johns move back to the top position here. There he goes.
Trying to stretch him out here. Going under the arms.
Training day in, day out with great fighters like Jack Shaw, Oban Elliott. You've got to get better, and you can see this with Brett Johns. He's improved all the way through this year. Even though he's not had fights to train for, the improvements are clear.
"30 seconds to work for Brett Johns. Can he finish here in the second round, going back to the rear naked? But Crol's got really good defense on the ground.
He's going to try for another submission, I feel, in these last 10 seconds. He might try one more squeeze, but these shots are getting through.
Johns is doing an excellent job of letting his weight do the work, putting all that weight on Crol. Crol's exhausted, and Johns is looking fresh still at the end of the second round.
And he's putting in some work from this top position at the end of round 2.
Let's go.
Sharp left hand there from Johns, and what a sprawl.
What a sprawl.
His timing has been phenomenal this entire fight. On his own takedowns, his takedown defense, his transitions. Oh! Jumping knee from Crol.
I think he read the fact that Brett Johns is level changing low, tried to catch him on the level change.
Another good short knee there.
Had a hard time getting the elevation he needed on that switching knee, but scored with the knees right up the middle here. Now Johns pressing 𝗘𝗏𝗘𝗏𝗧 Crol up against the barrier.
Does he have his hands together? Great work by 𝗘𝗏𝗧 Crol, but Brett Johns switches to the next attack.
Just bullies him down with that body lock. Back to the feet for 𝗘𝗏𝗘𝗏𝗧 Crol.
Hey!
Oh, beautiful work to get the takedown, change the angle. He used 𝗘𝗏𝗧 Crol's defense against him. And again, great timing from Brett Johns on that one.
As soon as 𝗘𝗏𝗘𝗏𝗧 Crol tried to step across, Brett Johns just used that, pulled him down over his own leg.
Johns does a great job of passing the legs again and again and again.
Good steady pressure. He's going to drop that left hip point down into the top of that leg of 𝗘𝗏𝗃 Crol. Keep the weight onto him. Strong shots from top position, and you can just feel the energy draining out of Crol. Head back on the canvas, looking up at the lights. Brett Johns never stops working, never stops pressuring.
175 ground strikes out of Brett Johns. The pace he is setting is incredible.
Oh, this is a very strong position. If he lets go of some strikes here, he might be able to get a TKO. Got one arm tied up. Oh, beautiful work again. Such speed with the transition. 𝗘𝗏𝗃 Crol's got a hand fight here. Nice work by 𝗘𝗏𝗃 Crol.
Wrestles himself to the top for now. Now unloading, he's recognizing this is his best chance in the fight. Hammer fist coming down from the top, 𝗘𝗏𝗃 Crol.
Showing he still got energy left after 2.5 grueling rounds from Brett Johns.
2 minutes left to work from the top position for 𝗘𝗏𝗃 Crol.
Gonna see a triangle.
Triangle attempt, and it's locked in.
Beautiful setup there.
Johns just using it to punish the right side of 𝗘𝗏𝗃 Crol's head.
It's going to be difficult to finish it here because the arm from 𝗘𝗏𝗃 Crol isn't on.
There's the stoppage. The Welsh dragging over his shoulder. Brett Johns is feeling it. And Andy Shepard will make it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Dan Mulvey calls a minute and seconds of round number 3, declaring your winner via TKO, Brett Johns.
All right, Brett Johns over here. Brett Johns, I need to talk to you about that fight. Brutally efficient, on top for 2 rounds, and then he reverses position. He gets on top of you, and that is where you get the finish. You're dangerous everywhere.
To be honest, Sean, I wasn't expecting that 3rd round little reversal. Wasn't part of the game plan, I've got to be honest with you. Look, I know what I need next, okay? I need a big, fat $1 million check. That's what I need next. And the guys at PFL Global can do that. I want to copy this man right here. I want to copy Brendan Loughnane. I want to copy them guys. Give me that $1 million check, baby! Woo!
Let's talk about the finish, all right? You lock in the triangle and you have options there. How did you decide? You could attack the arm, you could try to finish the choke, or you could just hammer fist your way to a victory. How'd you decide that's the way you wanted to go?
Let you in on a little secret here, Sean. I pulled my calf not long ago, running 8K. So to try and finish the triangle was very difficult. So I knew I just had to lock it up and throw strikes. All fairness to 𝗘𝗨𝗥𝗢𝗣𝗑, you know, he left it. In my opinion, it was a fair stoppage. But I knew if I just carried on striking, because the earlier rounds with the ground and pound, it wasn't long before he was going to stop. And at that point, David was stuck. He couldn't go anywhere. Look, toughest guy I fought, but this is featherweight, baby. I'm a blown up bantamweight. That's what I am. I'm just a fat little bantamweight that's come up to featherweight. That's what I am. Woo! Fighting these big featherweights, baby. Bring them on. Yeah!
Well, you already said it. You want a shot, $1 million and that gold belt. You think you're ready for that on the global stage?
Look, it's a tough test. But let me just say to everybody as well, nobody wanted me. I've been a UFC veteran, I've been a Bellator veteran. Nobody wanted me. A guy called Dan did that on me, yeah? He put his trust in me. So Dan, thank you very much. One of the greatest mixed martial artists to come out of Europe. Thank you for giving me that chance. Nobody else. Not a single soul. Just Dan Hardy.
Brett Johns, congratulations. Welcome to the PFL.
Thank you very much. Hey, I'm a massive fan. Thank you.